Hello, dear student. Myself, Dr. Sureka Jaiswal, Head Department of Physics, Moreshwar Arts, Science and Commerce College, Bhokardan, District Jalna. Today we will see General Electronics, course code PHY 205, semester 4, paper number 11. Now, contents are biasing with feedback register, circuit analysis, advantages and disadvantages, voltage divider bias method, circuit analysis, advantages and disadvantages, and stability factor. Now, in previous chapter, we discussed basically transistor is used to amplify the weak signal. The weak signal is given to the base circuit and amplified output is obtained in the collector circuit. During the amplification process, most important requirement is that the shape of signal should remain same. The increase in strength of signal without any change in shape is known as faithful amplification. To achieve the faithful amplification, the base emitter junction of the transistor remain forward bias and the collector emitter junction remains reverse bias during all parts of the signal. This is known as transistor biasing. Now we know the process of increasing the strength of a weak signal without any change in its general shape is known as faithful amplification. Also, we know to achieve faithful amplification, condition must be satisfied, that is proper zero signal collector current, proper minimum base emitter voltage at any instant, and proper minimum collector emitter voltage at any instant. Now also we know in previous lecture transistor biasing. The maintenance of proper collector emitter voltage and proper flow of zero signal collector current during the passage of signal is known as transistor biasing. And also we know stabilization. The zero signal values of IC and VCE are known as the operating point. The process of making operating point independent of temperature or variation in transistor parameters is known as stabilization. Also, we know the method of transistor biasing, that is base resistor method, fixed method. Now here we discuss biasing with feedback resistor. Now see in figure, in transistor biasing we will discuss today biasing with feedback resistor. This is the circuit diagram of biasing with feedback resistor using NPN transistor. See in figure, here one end of the resistor RB, see in figure, is connected to the base. In figure, that resistor RB is here connected to the base and other end to the collector. See, that is a collector terminal of the transistor. Here the required zero signal base current is determined by collector base voltage VC B. Here collector base junction is reverse, so it exhibits high resistance, so necessary base current available from collector to base through resistor RB. The base current IB flow through RB as VCB forward bias base emitter junction. In this method, one end of RB is connected to the base and other end of collector as shown in figure. And the required zero signal base current is provided by the collector base voltage VCB. The collector base voltage VCB forward bias and the base emitter junction, and hence base current IB flows through RB. This causes the zero signal collector current to flow in the circuit. Circuit analysis. Here, referring to figure, we have VCC equal to ICRC plus IBRB plus VBE. Voltage drop across RC equal to IB plus RC into RC. But IB is less than IC. Therefore, voltage drop RC equal to ICRC. Therefore, VCC minus VBE minus ICRC equal to IBRB. Therefore, RB equal to VCC minus VBE minus ICRC upon IB, and therefore RB equal to VCC minus VBE minus beta IBRC upon IB, as IC equal to beta IB. Alternatively, VCE equal to VBE plus VCB. Therefore, VCB equal to VCE minus VBE, and therefore RB equal to VCB upon IB, and therefore RB equal to VCE minus VBE upon IB, where IB equal to IC upon beta. Mathematically, it can be shown that the stability factor S for this method of biasing is less than beta plus 1, that is, S is less than beta plus 1. Therefore, this method provides better thermal stability than the fixed bias. Advantages of this method, that is, first, it is simple method as it requires only one resistor RB. And second advantages of this method, this circuit provides some stabilization of the operating point. And disadvantages, that is, the circuit does not provide good stabilization because the stability factor is fairly high. And second disadvantage, that is, this circuit provides a negative feedback which reduces the gain of the amplifier. Now see another method, that is voltage divider base method. Now here see in the figure, it is the most widely used method of providing biasing and stabilization to a transistor. See, the circuit of voltage divider bias method is shown in figure. See in figure. In this biasing circuit, two resistors R1 and R2 are connected across the supply voltage VCC. See in figure, this resistor R1 and R2 are connected across the supply voltage VCC. This is positive terminal of the supply VCC, and here is the negative terminal of the supply VCC, and those two resistors are thus across it. The name voltage divider come from the voltage divider formed by R1 and R2. The voltage drop across R2 forward bias and the base emitter junction. This causes the bias current and hence collector current flow in the zero signal condition. This is the most widely used method as it is a very high degrees of bias stability even when beta and leakage current are high. Let's we analyze the circuit. Now see, in this method two resistors R1 and R2 are connected across the voltage VCC as shown in figure and provide biasing. The emitter resistance RE provides stabilization. See in figure that RE is here provides stabilization. The name voltage divider come from the voltage divider formed by R1 and R2. The voltage drop across R2 forward bias and the base emitter junction. This causes the base current and hence collector current flow in zero signal condition. Now see circuit analysis. Suppose that the current flowing through the resistor R1 is I1. As the base current is very small, therefore it can be assumed with reasonable accuracy that current flowing R2 is also I1. So collector current IC equal to I1 equal to VCC upon R1 plus R2. Therefore voltage across R2 is, applying Kirchhoff's voltage law to the base circuit of figure, V2 equal to VBE plus VE, or V2 equal to VBE plus IERE, or IERE equal to V2 minus VBE. Since IE equal to IC and therefore IC equal to V2 minus VBE upon RE. It is clear from equation 1 that IC does not depend on beta. Hence, good stabilization is ensured. Collector emitter voltage VCE, applying Kirchhoff's voltage law to the collector circuit, VCC equal to IC RC plus VCE plus IRE. VCC equal to ICRC plus VCE plus ICRE. Therefore, VCC equal to VCE plus IC RC plus RE. Therefore, VCE equal to VCC minus IC RC plus RE. Now, advantages of this method: first, that is better stabilization of Q point. Second, stability factor is very low, therefore less chance of runaway. And third, that is better bias in condition provided by voltage drop across RE and no effect on stability if beta change. Disadvantages of this method, that is complicated circuit. Second disadvantage, that is expensive circuit, and calculation are not easy. Now see stability factor. Mathematically, it can be shown that the stability factor of the circuit is given by S equal to beta plus 1 into R1 plus RE upon R1 plus RE plus beta RE where RT equal to R1 plus into RT R2 upon R1 plus R2. Dividing this numerator and denominator of the above equation by RE, we get S equal to beta plus 1 into RT plus RE upon RT plus RE plus beta RE upon RE. Therefore, S equal to beta plus 1 RT upon RE plus RE upon RE upon RT upon RE plus RE upon RE plus beta RE upon RE. Therefore, S equal to beta plus 1 RT upon RE plus 1 upon RT upon RE plus 1 plus beta. If the ratio RT upon RE is very small, then RT upon RE can be neglected as compared to 1, and the stability factor becomes S equal to beta plus 1 upon 1 plus beta equal to S equal to 1. And this is the smallest possible value of S and leads to the maximum possible thermal stability. In actual practice, the circuit may have stability factor around 10. Thank you.